guys, so today I'm doing this Get Fit and Healthy collaboration with a bunch of other ladies. Danielle from Blissful and Domestic, whom I love'ems, was the one who started this. She's kind of spearheading it, and then there's a bunch of other ladies. I'm going to just say them real quick. We've got Keitha from the Bayonne Texan. We've got Lydia from Frugal Debt Free Life. We have Catherine from Amateur Decorating Like a Pro, and we have Crystal, who's one of my friends and one of my co-hosts on Moms with Mouse Ears, and she is from Brought to You by Mom. So you should check their videos out because we're all gonna have kind of different things going on. The reason I agreed to do this is because I thought that it was a really good time to talk about when you fail. Because let me tell y'all, I have been failing at being healthier and more fit for a while now. It's not easy for me. And you know, we live in a world with like people who are really, you know, really snarky and they're gonna really like play it up whenever you fail. But we also live in a world where there are people who are really supportive and who are going to help you. And from my perspective, those are the people that you want to surround yourself with. You want to surround yourself with the good and the positive, because eventually that's what's going to help lead you from your failures. You're going to turn your failures into success, which is really cheesy, but it's the truth. So I want to just talk to you guys really honestly about yeah, failure and how this is part of, sometimes this can be part of some of your, you know, it's really nice whenever you see people who start off their journeys to be healthier or lose weight or just be more fit, and like they just do it. They shoot the course and several months later there they are. And it's so encouraging, but it doesn't work like that for everybody, and I've learned that the hard way, because it has worked like that for me 2 other times, and then the 3rd time I'm just can't seem to do it. So it's definitely been a struggle for me, and I just feel like if I'm honest about it, that's the best thing you can do. And so just to give a little brief thing, you know, I had my first child, needed to lose weight, finally started trying to lose weight, lost the weight, I was happy. Then I had my second child, gained some weight, I actually did better than I did with my first child with weight gain. Had him, was heavier, kind of stayed heavier for a little bit. Then I was like, oh, I can't do this, got more dedicated, and I lost the weight. I didn't get lose all the weight I would have liked to have lost before starting with my 3rd, but I lost a good chunk of weight. And that's not just pregnancy weight, that's just weight I needed to lose in general. Each time, it's not like it was easy. It was absolutely not easy, but I was just able to kind of do it. Like I would just move forward pretty consistently, and my setbacks were always very minor. Like it's just my mindset was really good. And now with the 3rd. So the pregnancy, I was kind of a little heavier than I wanted to be to start, but that was that. And so going into it, I just had a plan, and you know, you can't lie about your weight when you're pregnant, because you're you know, I had a midwife, but you know, doctors, midwives, they know what you weigh. So I, you know, I just approached it really well. I worked out up until I was about 7.5 months pregnant, multiple times a week. And even when I was tired, even when I was really big, and I ate very healthy and I was really hydrated, and it was really good. And I came out of that pregnancy and I only gained 14, 16 pounds, I don't remember. And I remember being like so proud of that when I was having the baby, I had the baby, and she was a big baby. She was like over 9 pounds. And the midwife, I like wanted her to tell my husband, everybody, like, how much weight did I gain? This is it. I only gained that much weight. And I was so proud of it. Like I was like, tell him, because like you can't lie. Like, you know, someone who's been watching your weight gain, they see it, they get on the scale with you. So like, you know, there's no fibbing, it's just the truth. So I was really happy. And I remember right after I had the baby, everyone was like, you look amazing and blah, blah, blah. And like, good job. And I was like, yeah. And then that's when I just started being dumb. So I just kind of started going down this path of like, I just wasn't being healthy, y'all, like at all. And I actually ended up putting weight back on, which is so, like, I mean, oh my goodness, I came out from having the baby, and after a few weeks, I'd like lost all the weight. And then I put weight on. That's horrible. But like I said, I want to be honest. And I was nursing, exclusively nursing. And so nursing's not always the end all be all answer. And so I put weight on, and then I finally got to a point where I was like, oh my gosh, I have never been this big in my entire life. Like, I felt like a house. And I was just like, this is so unhealthy. Like, forget that I wasn't happy with how I looked. It was just really unhealthy, you know, because when you carry weight in your midsection, everything like that, it's like, that's where all your organs are, and that's it tends to represent like that you probably have fat around your organs, and it's just not healthy. So then I just started, you know, I tried to be gung-ho about it. I dived all in, and I actually did quite well. And I got up to where I had lost at one point over 20 pounds, and you could see it in my face, and my clothes were fitting differently, and I needed new clothes, and it was great. And then I don't know, I just went back to old habits, and that was really disappointing to me. Like, you know, really disappointing to me very much. And so then finally I snapped out of it, and I was like, can't do this. And we were going on a family trip, and it was close to Christmas time, and I was like, no, I need to get back on track. So I started working again, and I was doing well and lost a little bit that I'd put back on. And then we went away, and we had holidays, and I could give you all these excuses, but at the end of the day, I failed. And that's okay for me to say that. Like, sometimes when I say like, oh, I'm failing at this, people are like, oh, no, it's okay. And I'm like, there's no need to sugarcoat it, because if I'm honest about it, if you're honest about it, that's the only way I'm gonna get through. And so it just got to be where I was just like, this is ridiculous. So finally, I've actually been taking a very different approach the last couple of months. And I've been trying to just make slow changes. I try to meal prep better. I try to be more active, even if it's not hardcore working out. And since January, I haven't lost that much weight. I've lost maybe 10 pounds, and it's April. That's really slow. But the difference is that this time, I haven't had these epic fails that have set me back. I have always been moving forward, and it may be at a snail's pace, but I'm doing it. The other thing I did is I joined this diet bet, which is just this website where you can literally bet on yourself that you're gonna lose the weight. And if you don't lose the weight, you lose your money. And if you do lose your weight, you get your money. And so the only thing you have to lose is either the weight, which is good, or your money, which, like, you're trying not to do that. And the thing about that I liked about that, again, is it's kind of like when I was pregnant, you can't lie. There's no lying. You can't say, well, I think I lost 5 pounds, or, you know, I feel like I lost 3 pounds. Like, you lose the weight or you don't, and it's documented, and it keeps you really accountable. I can't lie. I can't lie at that place. I can't say I'm not doing this. So I started this diet bet, and it was a 6-month one. It started in January, and we have weigh-ins every month where you have these goals, and they're not much. In my situation, the goals are kind of based on your weight and everything, but for me, it's just a few pounds at most. It's not much, and I have met it every month, and I've not backtracked. And this is the longest, it's April now, the longest that I have gone since last summer when I did really well and then had an epic fail. This is the longest I've gone where I've kind of stayed the course. So I kind of realized in my head that trying to attack being healthier and getting fit, trying to attack it like running, like jumping into it, that worked for me the last 2 times I needed to lose more weight. That's not working for me this time, and it has taken me a year to finally be like, I need to stop focusing on that end goal. That goal that seems so far away, that like, I need to lose 50 pounds and it seems scary, and like, I'm like, and I just wanna do it, I just want it all to come off right now, because it's clearly not working. And like I said, I failed. I've used that word many times. I failed, and I'm okay with admitting that. And I finally have figured out that it is the system that's gonna get me through. It is a system of changing my habits. For me, I know how to eat healthy. I know how to work out. My problem is in other areas of just, you know, emotional eating, stress eating, things like that. A happy eating, like I eat when I'm really happy. I'm like, let's get some food. Like, it's so silly the things I do with food, and it's gotta change. And if it takes me a long time to do it, so be it. I finally have realized that, like, this is how I'm gonna stay the course. That's what I've been doing. In April, I actually stepped it up a notch because I'd had 3 months of just consistent staying the course, slow and steady. And in April, I've stepped it up a little bit, and I saw my results move up a little. And I think I finally in April was like mentally ready to be like, let's take this a let's take this up a notch. Let's increase the workouts. Let's be a little bit more hardcore about my food choices. Let's really work on recognizing when I want to eat just because I'm stressed or whatever the reason versus I'm actually hungry. Let's work on recognizing like hunger cues versus, like I said, just like the habit. I think by doing everything slowly, I finally, y'all, have just, I don't know, and will I fail again? Probably, but this time I'm just to the point where I'm like, I'm not going to let myself have those epic setbacks anymore. Little setbacks here and there, little mistakes here and there, I think they're par for the course, and I think you learn from them, and I think that that makes you, you know, better. It's those epic failures, like what are you doing that's causing you to have those, and what can you do to get out of that place? So that is what I want to talk to you guys about today. Is I just wanted to put it out there from someone who's not, you know, super thin and who's not good at this and who, you know, has failed more than once and who still has the spirit to keep trying, because I want to be healthier and I don't want to carry all this extra weight. It's ridiculous, and I don't want to be like that for my kids. And the other motivation I'm having is that my entire family has been losing weight. My mother and my father have really lost a lot of weight, and I'm so proud of them. And I hate that, like, they've been working really hard for over a year. Kyle's parents, my husband's parents, have lost weight. Everyone is doing this really good job, and I don't want to be the one that's not, you know? I mean, we've changed, even our holiday meals have changed, where it's lots of meats, cheeses, vegetables, a lot less starchy carbs and desserts. It's crazy how much our family's changed. So I have the support and I have the tools to be good. My only enemy is like in here. I used to update more often, and honestly it was a lot of pressure because there is so much just like judgment and negativity in this community, unfortunately, and you have to push through that, and sometimes it was just good to like mentally separate yourself from it. But then at the same time, there's so much support and so much good, and I just think I thought about it to myself. I agreed to this collaboration because I was like, I know what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about when you fail, because I think it's important to own up to that. I think it's important to talk about that. I think when you put it out there, there's a lot better chance that you are going to not fail the next time. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching. Please check out the other ladies' collaborations. They're all real sweet. I'm glad we do this. I think it was a good motivational collab to do. And I would love to know something. It doesn't even have to be weight loss or health related. What is something that you've had several failures before you finally able to kind of break through and, like I said, stay the course and start to be better in anything? Can you relate in your life that was like that? I think we should own up to them and work on them. And at the end of the day, and that day might be 3 years, seriously, it might be a long, long day, but at the end of the day, I think we can come out ahead. So, all right, bye guys.